it's almost like a reality show set in an office, but it's actually scripted, if that makes any sense. Thank you very much, sir. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Oh, I'm sorry. My mistake. That was a woman I was talking to. So, she had a very low voice. What's up?
I still love that after 7 years. It's funny because a lot of my friends say, is this a mockumentary? And I'd say, no, it's actually probably more of a documentary, I'd say. Because a mockumentary would give you that feeling that we're trying to be funny or we're trying to make a statement comedically. And I don't think we are at all. I think really what it is just a view into these people's lives. And I think you just kind of get caught up in the characters and who they are, and you start laughing with them because of where they're at.
These are people that you know. Everyone has had the annoying boss who thinks he's the coolest guy.
Actually, people say I am the best boss they've ever had. The world's greatest boss given to me. They go, Michael, we have never worked in a place like this before. I mean, you are a riot. You're hilarious. And you get the best out of us. Yeah, oh, that's important. Right. Oh, this is so important. I should run to answer it. Michael Scott is so unaware of how people perceive him, and that's really fun to play because he just doesn't know. He just doesn't know the reality of who he is. Oh, Pam, it's a guy thing, Pam. I mean, it's hard following somebody like Ricky Gervais doing a character like that. You make the mistake, you go on the internet and you start reading things and they say, oh, how is that gonna happen? You know, no one's gonna be able to do this and this is gonna be terrible and they're gonna put a laugh track on it and the guy playing Ricky Gervais say, you can't be Ricky Gervais, you're gonna suck, it's terrible. And I read this and I'm, you know, walking in the kitchen, I say, honey, this is gonna be bad, they're gonna hate me. But I think the key is to just try not to duplicate what they're doing. Because it was so good and so definitive, there's no way it's going to be better than that, so it just has to be different.
All right, was there anything you wanted to add to the agenda?
Me no get an agenda.
I'm sorry?
I didn't get any agenda.
Well, I faxed one over to you this morning.
Really? Because I didn't, did we get a fax this morning?
Yeah, the one.
Why isn't it in my hand? Because the company runs on efficiency of communication, right? So what's the problem, Pam? Why didn't get it?
You put it in the garbage can that was a special filing cabinet.
Yeah.
Every office has that boss or that manager who wants to be really popular and well-liked. And I think that, like Steve Carell's Michael character, he reminds me a lot of that dad who's trying to be really cool with his teenage sons, and you're just like waiting for him to leave, please. And he's not going, and everyone's uncomfortable. And so I don't know if that describes it well, but that's sort of what it's like.
Giggle, giggle, choo-choo, choo-choo. I get it. Divine secrets of the Yaya sisterhood over here, right? So how was that coffee from earlier?
Good.
Ah, I knew it. Guzzled it down. You greedy little thing.
I don't know, you kind of feel for him, you know? It's kind of like that uncle who, you know, wants to tell a lot of jokes and be your best friend, and he's just coming short a bunch of those times. And so at the end of the day, he plays the role perfectly. And luckily, when the camera's off, he goes back to being the funniest guy on earth.
That's what she said.
Basically, what has made me lose it more than anything else has been Steve Carell, because he is absolutely, phenomenally, he's a comic absolute genius. I know you guys shot this scene today where he has had the big surprise and then he didn't have anything. I couldn't keep a straight face.
The big surprise is... Drum roll! I don't know which characters people are going to like. There might be characters like mine that people like to hate. There might be characters that people enjoy being annoyed by. There's Pam. There's Jim, her potential love interest. I'm sure we'll drag that out for the next 7 or 8 years, and maybe they'll kiss in the 8th season, and that's when the show will go down the tubes.
I'm a sales rep, which means that my job is to speak to clients on the phone about
quantity and type of paper, and if we can supply it to them, and if they can
pay for it. And I'm boring myself just talking about this. I'm Jim, by the way.
I'm Katie.
Hi, Katie.
Hi,
nice to
you
meet
sit
you.
out there, don't you?
I do. That's what I'm best known for. Sitting out there.
He's the young hottie. He's the guy who's going to bring in that OC demographic for our show.
See, this is why the whole downsizing thing just doesn't bother me.
Downsizing?
I think he's the only one in the office, other than the receptionist, Pam, who kind of gets it and realizes that everyone around him is sort of crazy. So I love the fact that through my character, you really get to connect to the world in a very real sense, because it's obviously funny right off the bat. And I think when crazy things happen, my character really allows you to hone in and realize that they're crazy, because there's someone in there representing you saying this is nuts, and being here is really uncomfortable.
The problem, Jim, is that people who are really suffering from a medical condition won't receive the care they need because someone in this office is coming up with all this ridiculous stuff. Count Chocolitis.
Sounds tough.
Why did you write that down, Jim? Is it because you know I love Count Chocula?
Do you?
I'm not afraid of violence in the workplace either. No, I mean, not me. Some people here are. Some of the secretaries, not me. Check this out. See this? It's 90% red hot peppers imported from Cuba. All right? Guy's done. Paralyzed for 2 weeks straight. I'm not afraid.
No, I'm trained in this from being a sheriff's deputy.
Volunteer?
Volunteer sheriff's deputy.
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
Urine is sterile. Did you know that? If you're in the field, you can clean a man's wound by taking a whiz on it. That is actually in first aid books written by the Red Cross.
True. It is in the first aid guidebook from the American Red Cross Association.
I'm a volunteer sheriff's deputy on the weekends.
Then we have Dwight Schrute, as played by Rainn Wilson.
Everyone has had to work with a guy like Dwight Schrute, who thinks he's smart and totally has it together, and all he is just plain annoying. You know what I mean? These are characters that everyone knows in some way. They're not kind of larger than life kind of caricature, kind of comic characters.
Well, first what we have to do is find out what motivates people more than anything else.
Sex.
It's illegal. Can't do that. Next best thing.
Torture.
Come on, Dwight. Just help me out here. It's just stupid.
Michael?
Pam!
Hey, there's
Burger with cheese!
There's a person here.
And fries.
There's
And shake. What? Go ahead. There's Pam, who's our receptionist. She's kind of hot in a mousy way. A kind of, I live in Scranton, I've never seen the sun. I've come to work at this place and my life is over way.
I hope they get rid of me. Because then I might actually get off my ass and do something.
I don't think it's many little girls' dream to be a receptionist. Before I was an actress and while I was working my way up, I was a secretary. I was an executive secretary for something like 7-8 years. And so I've worked in a lot of offices. And in one office that I worked in, there was this guy who would come by my desk every day and he would try to make me laugh. Like really hard. He would do like pratfalls, and he would do that thing where you like act like you're walking down the stairs. Like every day, just so badly wanted me to laugh at him and be charmed by him. And he was just that goofball guy. And then he'd do like this inappropriate humor sometimes, but not just like make you cringe, you know? And then you'd see him and you'd pretend you were on the phone.
Off the backboard.
Please don't throw garbage at me.
Oh, Pam with a zinger. There are a lot of kind of incidental characters too, which we hope over time will develop, and you'll see more of the people within the office.
Okay, I'm into foreign films. I read The New Yorker, love Shakespeare.
I watched that Special Victim SVU.
Never seen that.
Friggin' repeat.
Well, that sucks, doesn't it?
Not for me. I hadn't seen it.
It is a question of trust.
It's communication.
Do you trust me? Do you trust me? Yes or no?
Yes. I trust you.
I like that, because it's not often that you get something that's both romantic and thrifty. So there's that going.
I said if corporate wants to come here and interfere, you ain't messing with my chillin'. I am if anyone's going to.
Yeah, but Michael, what if they do downsize here?
Not gonna happen.
It could be out of your hands, Michael.
Was there anything that you wanted to add to the agenda?
Did you happen to see the Dunder Mifflin flag out in the parking lot? Isn't it inspiring? I think I want it on my coffin.
Hey, baby, you got here?
Yeah, would you mind if I went out for a drink with these guys?
No, let's get out of here, let's go home.
It's a gimmick, I think, really. You know, casual Friday, one day you let your hair down, that's pathetic.
Michael,
go on.
Can we not talk about downsizing?
Well, we have to sooner or later.
Yes, but right now what we have to decide is, do you fold Stanford people into this branch or vice versa?
There's a lot of comedies that have been set in offices or in work environments, but there's something about this show that anyone who's ever worked in any kind of office before will immediately relate to, you know, all the various aspects of the show. Besides the comedy of the show, like, you know, the politics and the pecking orders and the boredom and ennui of the show. And I think that's what the English show captured so beautifully and what we're trying to mirror in a very American way.
I think that pretty much sums it up. I found it at Spencer Gifts.